talk about whether or not this was the end of my athlete era. So I grew up as a homebody. My siblings and I grew up just really staying home a lot and, you know, entertaining ourselves with like video games or books or food or movies. And so you know, that experience is so great. I have so many like cultural references because of that, but I never got a chance to take any sports lessons. In 2021, I had a chance to be, I think, as sporty as I can be because I needed to deal with my depression and that was a time that I also wanted to feel physically strong. And then a friend of mine said like, hey, we're gonna try to do tennis. And I said yes. And what has happened after that was that we were so obsessed with tennis. I think we would play 3 times a week, even more. Coming from that athlete mindset of basically eating, drinking, and sleeping like to better your performance, I think was such an amazing time. And so when I moved to California, which was like perfect, we chose California over other things because like there were just like so many activities here. It was a time that was so cold and I needed to adapt to the cold. I barely moved, which was counterproductive, yes, but I couldn't. I just was so miserable if you took the blanket away from me. And so like I have not, I think, broken a sweat out of like maybe 3 or 4 times like in the last 7 months, which is sad. I do still try to walk at the very least, but definitely like that energy and that movement of just trying to be your best physical self has kind of gotten away from me. I'm slowly trying to get into that by moving every day, and sometimes the movement isn't like as athletic. I honestly will put on like music and dance just so that I could just like shake it off and you know, do something else rather than sitting or walking, which are very like repetitive movements. And yeah, and hopefully this isn't the end of my athlete era and I will continue to do it at one point. And I'm trying to figure out what's the best way and what's the most, you know, financially pretty good way to do all these things. And yeah.